Stop playing with these niggas.
No job turkeys on the gravy train. Show my youngest how to drill like a major pain. Type to fail recess cause I ain't playing games. Fuck around and kill your favorite rapper like I'm Baby Lane. Should be sponsored by Gillette the way I'm shaving cane. Fuck 9 months, made one call and the baby came. I was trying to be the old me while I was making change. Nigga live twice, third time I can stay the same. Niggas only love you when you doing for them. Learned that when government put me in that uniform. Bitch asked me for some paper, keep it moving on them. Thinking I was going for it, must believe in unicorns. Fuck that little time, wasn't nothing to me. Shit, I got another 6 months run up in me. Far as rapid dissing, yeah, that shit is funny to me. I just want for them to be them killers when they run into me. How I deal with a problem, leave them unsolved. A trick a rapper off the streets like a gun charge. You try to play me like a pussy, I'm a slum dog. Rearrange the crib, back door, I'm in his front yard. Got the low from your whole course of back from Fendi. Man, she dropped the Addy faster than her Savage Fenty. Should've kept that to myself like I was acting stingy. Riding dirty back when Pimp C was still crashing Bentley. Take your main squeeze, treat it like a side joint. And put a nigga in a jam like a high point. In the shooting gallery until it's all gone. Flipping quarters of the eighth, nigga call it dog coin. If the shit can take a two, then I'ma make it killing. I chop it up and reproduce like a plagiarism. Like that nigga ruling, finna stop playing with him. These niggas violate the rules, I ain't playing with them. Light.
Wake up, nigga. Yeah. Know what we
Daylight. Mobbing on earth, boy. MOE for life. Hey, this the part where I separate the king from the pawns. Chestnut checkers, nigga. Let's do it. We rolling. Look, I ain't trying to be friendly with niggas in the league bit, cause I seen friends do some shit to friends in the street shit. Around here, cocaine only thing getting ether. It's a cold world, but I'll draw heat before I delete it. The plot thickens like fake rollies, the block ticking. Close my youngins only shoot for the bucks, I'm Doc Rivers. You know the drill, 2-man squad in a hot Civic, just us. Ride around with a judge full of cop killers in the cut like bastration. I'm clutching like Pappy Mason, assaults and circumstances, all of them aggravated. I smoke when I'm agitated, so I ain't been spazzing lately. Got that 9 with that Eminem feature, who acting shady? It's hurtful when the people you love don't truly fuck with you, nobody. But what's up with that bud? No really hug with you. I'm with all the smoke, they finna cough up a lung or two. I'm in these streets comfortably, I done made it uncomfortable. Rap game, I'm pouring her, what the fuck is it coming to? Rapid weird is all them Diddy party they been running to. Brick wall, I ain't the problem you wanna run into. You gon' be a different kind of grounded when I punish you. You don't want your whole stomping ground swept from under you. Leave that little ride home and bring a bigger gun with you. Hard heart, wouldn't spare you bitches if I wanted to. Some niggas only learn under the heat like it's summer school. Told them first time, don't make me say this shit again. If you listening before you try me, pussy, play this shit again. My weapon refused to grow up, gotta raise this shit again. I'm the motherfucking piper, time to pay this shit again. I'm outside, I ain't never high, sucker, bring it on. This is chestnut checkers, separate the king from pawn. Short stopping niggas acting cause we never got along. The groupie been getting fat while I starve and not for long. Nigga. Daylight. Mobbing on earth, boy. Showtime. Hey.
D-Mark got that heat.
Curtain call, let the show begin. I know it's hurting y'all the way I'm going in. I need a murder dog cover for the times I would kick the shit and y'all ain't know it then. Working hard, long hours in the trap, in my bag like some dope again. It's that blue magic, no Nicky Barnes cut. Niggas know who I'm doper than. Everybody, old nigga, new nigga, only see a challenge in a few niggas. A lot of y'all can wipe the smile off your face on the mob, it ain't none of you niggas. I just put the switch on the new blicker, rapid fire spitting, it's a boost nigga. 2 street for a lot of you niggas, hard knocks, light body, 2 jigger. Back on my shit again. Endurance, I tire him out like it's Mitchell, and I'm about to put on that shit again. I was trying to be humble, but fuck it, I'm still a man. Don't rap like a kilogram. They finna spin this up top like a ceiling fan. I'm about to pop like a trigger man. From that hustling stock, so I'm more about my dividends. It's showtime, I was trying to get rich in like no time. Underdog with a slow grind, had to run the shit up to a gold mine. Niggas hated like the whole time, now they kept the wave like a coastline. Yeah, these bitches fronted like the whole time, now they front row when it's showtime. Sharing for a nigga, pulling on a nigga. I should pull a Kevin, kick her in the titty. Nah, I'm being petty, baby, I'm just kidding. Going with your move, I ain't even tripping. I had groupie back when I was in the kitchen. Had 3 county, catching what I'm pitching. Montana way, started with the dishes. Out of town played, not the pocket trip. Real G's round me, we don't do the fiction. Niggas rub me wrong, it gon' be some friction. It gon' be a spark, I'ma stand on business. Ain't no favorite I can stand them niggas, they gon' lay in dirt. Candlelight visuals, face on the shirt. Now you get the pictures on 23. Now you get the scripture, homies, they gon' fly. They done got religion. I be outside, functioning with killers. Police outside, hunting for the dealer. Bitches mouth wide, hungry for a nigga. I ain't even dropping money on the tigger. True player, I be turned with the ism. Bad bitches know the vibe I be giving. Fuck the haters and the lies they been telling. They'll make the news at noon 10 and 11. Showtime, it's showtime. I was trying to get rich in like no time. Underdog with a slow grind. Had to run the shit up to a gold mine. Niggas hated like the whole time. Now they kept the wave like a coastline. Yeah, these bitches fronted like the whole time. Now they front row when it's showtime. Sharing for a nigga, showtime. I was trying to get rich in like no time. Underdog with a slow grind. Had to run the shit up to a gold mine. Niggas hated like the whole time. Now they kept the wave like a coastline. Yeah, these bitches fronted like the whole time. Now they front row when it's showtime. Sharing for a nigga. Yeah, nigga. Hey man, say man, it's your boy DAALIGHT, man. Daylight TV. Back at y'all with another live video. Live Daylight. Episode 8. How did we start numbering these bitches? Might keep it going. You know? Hit that like and subscribe button. Smash that notification bell if you really mobbing with the content. We got a show for y'all. So, you know, welcome back to DAALIGHT TV. We diving in the full gavel breakdown of so yeah, we're gonna do the gavel breakdown of day 8 in the Duane Keefe D Days murder trial in Las Vegas. You know what I'm saying? Do a quick witness overview. We got first up Adam Stoehr, electronic evidence / discovery specialist, Clark County District Attorney's Office. Assignment, you know, he's a 3.5-year specialist with the Clark County DA, responsible for pulling, cataloging, editing, and syncing, and preparing digital media, jail audio recordings, and internet video exhibits for discovery and trial presentation. The prosecution digital media technician he was called to introduce and play clip compilations of Duane Davis's Keefe D Vlad TV interviews, State Exhibit 165, sync courtroom footage of Davis reacting to Reggie Wright Jr.'s interview, which was State Exhibit 166. And they intercepted a Clark County Detention Center jail phone call, State Exhibit 164. Right now, let's get into what happened on direct. So, on direct examination conducted by Binu Palau, played the YouTube clip, they exhibit 165, which was the Bond Zip and Foxy Brown, story plus the book club. Right? Glad asked Keefe D about meeting up with Eric Von Zip Martin at the ballet while he was in his Benz. You know what I'm saying? Where guns weren't present until Zip stepped in, type shit. David tells Vlad that he doesn't want to talk about, or he doesn't want to discuss that on camera, and directed viewers to pretty much buy the book. Let them read about it. Go get the book. And you can get the real truth instead of from a cop or some fucking industry people. That's what he said in the joint. Vlad reads the book passage alleging that Von Zip had Foxy Brown step out of the Mercedes-Benz, opened the secret compartment, and handed Keefe D a 40 caliber Glock and said, "It's time to get the money." That shit don't even sound like it. Both of these niggas is high-level drug traffickers. Keefe, Von Zip, alleged to be a pimp and all this other shit, according to Keefe, but he was telling on his ass in '98. Clip 2 was the MGM Orlando Anderson brawl. You know what I mean? Well, the MGM brawl and Orlando Anderson. So Keefe D argued that Tupac was completely in the wrong for instigating the fight in the MGM. I think that one was on Art of Dialogue. That wasn't the Vlad interview. You know what I'm saying? Emphasis that Orlando Anderson was alone and outnumbered by grown men, that my nephew never jumped on no fucking Tupac. Tupac was wrong. There's two left fucking shoes. My nephew was a fucking kid, dude. And them grown ass men and shit, they jumped on a fucking kid. Man, hey, Keefe. Your nephew was a stone cold hitter. That nigga, they said that nigga was out here smacking shit. Fuck you mean, man? I ain't with that jumping shit though, but I mean, as far as all that, like playing innocent, like he was just some good old schoolboy. Come on, son. Come on, son. The technician also authenticated a synchronized multi-angle Adobe Premiere split screen, combining broadcast television footage and courtroom camera. The video captured Keefe D sitting at the defense table, mouthing words towards former death row security chief Reggie Wright Jr., while Wright was seated on the witness stand, testifying during day 2. They played the intercepted jail call from the from CCDC. You know what I'm saying? So the call took place. This is the call that took place on October 12th, 2023. Davis states they're trying to use my words that I used, the words that I said against me. But they can't do that shit. I didn't break the thing. Greg Cadillac broke the thing. I should have just went on and stopped doing all them interviews. That shit all over Instagram. That was what the girl was saying on the recorded call. I'm like, damn, this shit is viral. You trying to sell a book, nigga? You want to go viral? Keefe D argued that his media appearances were commercial performances. You're trying to use my statements against me. You're gonna lose, dude. I was paid to say that stupid ass shit. Stupid ass dude. I was paid to say that stupid motherfucker. Like, you know what I mean? So, you know, it's like, you can't use my statements against me. That's all he kept saying on the shit. Regarding the book, you know, after dude did that, he said after dude did that, I didn't breach the contract, he did. Talking about Greg Caden's book, because Greg Caden put the book out first. And Keefe D said in the Vlad interview, you know, that he was, you know, hiding under a rock and shit. Like, niggas put his name in the mix. Keefe D, Keefe D. Yeah, he had my life fucked up. I crawled under a rock for 6 years. Let them know the motherfucking truth. That's what he said. There was another call that took place on November 9th, 2023. Nearly a month later, with Keefe D discussing family finances and relief plan. Say, once I get home, man, we rich. I gotta tell that nigga, I got blood on my money. Another call that took place on July 5th, 2024, Keefe D venting about the MGM incident. You know, Tupac and being portrayed as a subordinate or some shit. Then on cross examination, you know, the defense reaction, man, Michael Sam stated, no cross for the witness. Now, it's a tactical reason. Sam had no reason to challenge the technician because the jail audio itself contained Keefe D's own contemporaneous words confirming the defense's entire theory. I was paid to say that. You can't use my statements against me. I should have stopped doing all them interviews. Sound like a nigga that regret more clout chasing than he regret committing a murder. The prosecution theory is that the clip proves that Davis publicly affirmed
the Glock handover from Von Zip. The defense weaponization is book promotion. Davis refused to answer on camera and explicitly plugged the book to make money off of sensational claims. The prosecution argued that Davis acknowledged involvement and tried to manage the media fallout. You know what I'm saying? And then, like, the commercial dramatization, like, you know what I mean? Like, it enters Keefe D's direct statement into the official record under oath. I was paid to say that. The prosecution attempts to show witness intimidation or consciousness of guilt towards Reggie Wright Jr. And the defense just flipped that in. That's frustration, nigga, not proof. Shows personal friction between longtime Compton rivals, nigga. Not forensic evidence of a 1996 drive-by. Playing those jail calls and YouTube clips via Discovery technician was a major strategic self-shot or self-inflicted gunshot wound by the prosecution. You know what I'm saying? Because like high-stake jail calls, audio is supposed to be the smoking gun. A defendant instructing someone to tamper with witnesses or get rid of a weapon or admitting to the crime and shit. Here, the state played the calls where Keefe D literally laid out the core defense theory on official record. I was paid to say that. They trying to use my words against me that I was paid to say. The prosecution pretty much gave the defense free evidence, man. Under Nevada law, a defendant doesn't have to testify to get their defense across. The burden of proof is on the state. So by playing those tapes, the prosecution entered Keefe D's explanation into evidence without Michael Samp having to put Keefe D on the stand. Because you can't cross-examine the tape. If you put him on the stand, they can ask him about his drug history. They can make this nigga look crazy. Instead, you gave the nigga a pass. The jury then heard Keefe D's contemporaneous state of mind right after his arrest, frustrated that he broke his silence after Greg Caden published, the files in the damn book, acknowledging that he went on an entertainment press run for money and asserting the statements were paid commercial commentary. Sam didn't need to ask a single question on cross because the state, the state's own exhibit proved Keefe D treated these media runs like monetized entertainment. In the Vlad TV clip, Keefe D openly refused to answer the question about the gun. And all the Von Zip and Foxy Brown shit. Just kept plugging the book. Shit, he acted like somebody who hadn't memorized what was ghostwritten in the chapter. Let them read about it. Go buy the book for $20. Get the truth. Shit proved the entire interaction was about selling paperbacks and shit, not delivering sworn factual admissions, nigga. Even the blood money mischaracterization, right? So the state tried to treat the phrase, I got blood on my money, as a confession of killing Tupac. In street, in street lingo, in street culture, blood money is the universal vernacular for illicit street revenue. Earning money through high-level narcotic trafficking where violence is inherent in the ecosystem, whether you personally pull the trigger or not, nigga. And Keefe D is already a convicted and acknowledged multi-kilogram cocaine trafficker in the 80s and 90s, nigga, targeted by the federal task force. Having blood on his money described his entire criminal career, running the Burris crew. Not a specific bullet on Flamingo Road and Flamingo and Coble, nigga. And the reason why it was so tactically sound for Sam to pass on Clause is clean trial management, man, because it avoids evidentiary traps. Adam Stoehr is merely a tech specialist who edits videos, audio files, and all this shit. So asking him to interpret slang or explain street terminology would have drawn immediate sustained objection for lack of foundation and speculation. That's how that would have played out. Because I seen some people like, oh, he tripping, he getting too cocky, he feel like he ain't got to do nothing. Like, nigga, stop it. Preserving the record. The audio spoke for itself. Challenging a technician who only hit play accomplishes nothing. Saving those exact clips to dismantle the state's case during closing argument. You know, that rule 175.381 equivalent motion is where the damage will be done. But the bigger picture is to stay rested. Yeah, right after the prosecution, right after testimony, the prosecution officially rested the case in chief out of an initial 200-person witness list. The state only called 24 witnesses, 12%, and shut down their case with 0 murder weapon or ballistic matches, 0 fingerprints, DNA, or crime scene physical evidence, 0 eyewitnesses identifying Duane Davis, Keefe D, in Vegas in September of 1996. Their final exhibit was jail calls with their own defendant said on an audio recording, I was paid to say that. Just said. It's crazy. Stay back. What happened to the 200 people? Y'all was popping big shit. Still wild. Yeah. What the hell? That's what the hell is going on with Adam Stoehr. Now, I gotta say, I called that playbook from day one. And the final box score proved it. When the prosecution team submits a list of 200 potential witnesses, standard trial strategy suggests that they're either burying the defense in discovery paper or hiding a devastating classified smoking gun deep in the stack. Instead, the state called 24 witnesses, 12% of the 200, bought 0 smoking gun. They ain't had no smoke or no gun. And rested their case in chief in just pure fog, nigga. Talk about the anatomy of the fog. Like, son, the proximity hustle, right? Orlando Anderson was the man beaten in the MGM lobby and the primary historical suspect. Duane Davis just happened to be his uncle and the older Southside figure who saw an opportunity to monetize that proximity 20 years later when Greg Caden writes his book, Vlad TV, BET, and podcast Mike came to call him, thanks to Reggie Wright. Double dipping on murders, by bringing in the 1997 Compton search warrant. Biggie Smalls news clipping, the Greg Caden leak proper file. The state tried to, I guess, conflate the entire 1990 Death Row versus Bad Boy era into one giant conspiracy without presenting a single physical artifact, nigga, tying Keefe D to any of this shit. Because we already know from the testimony that they was looking at the nigga for the Biggie shit. And then, like, the detective, like, explicitly broke down and said that he had absolutely nothing to do with the Biggie joint. know, I don't know, man. The final self-inflicted collapse, man. Is like ending their entire presentation of evidence. Witness 24, Adam Stoehr. You know what I'm saying? That nigga, in case you forgot. You know, playing jail calls where Keefe D literally tells his friend, I was paid to say that. You can't use my words against me. Give the jury the complete defense theory on the state's own dime. Now that the prosecution has officially rested, Michael Sam steps up to begin the defense's case in chief, where I believe 3 law enforcement witnesses. And a pending motion for an advisory verdict of acquittal under NRS 175.381. Yeah, they blew through, a little 12% of their list, produced 0 shit, man. I'm surprised that this shit went to the point where he had to call any witnesses. You know what I'm saying? But the state, no advisory verdict in play. So it looked like, we're going all the way to the jury with this. You know what I'm saying? Because so what's interesting is at the end of day 8, the jury, the state rested after that. So like after this nigga, like the case was done. You heard? Yeah, it was over. So the state rests, and I guess since court was only in for an hour. For 1 hour. I guess they just gave Michael Sam, a fresh start, to present his case and all of that. You know what I mean? But Money Jane, what up? Yeah, man. So that's that was day 8. Let me know what y'all think about day 8, man. Shout out to everybody that checked in on IG. Shout out Money Jane in the chat, YouTube, what up? Yeah, that's day number 8. Keefe D Trial. Definitely let me know what y'all think about this fiasco. And we're gonna take a quick little commercial break, and when we come back, we're gonna dive into day 9. DAALIGHT TV.
Daylight. Dollars rule under what? Mobbing on earth, boy. Yeah, I'm on drugs too.
Trapping out of town, finna have it bitch on lockdown. Anytime it's up, you know it's stuck, and then I got down. 1,000 grand of powder, baby, watch me break the block down. 56 samples, finna have it bitch on lockdown. Trapping out of town, finna have it bitch on lockdown. Anytime it's up, you know it's stuck, and then I got down. 1,000 grand of powder, baby, watch me break the block down. 56 samples, finna have it bitch on lockdown. Yeah, pack out in the trenches, it's a takeover. They say they been waiting here to tell them that the wait over. Lot of suckers in position, hard not to take notice. The gang got ugly for the real, I'm here to get a makeover. I got a new plug in the trap, I'm full of bias. 2 onions worth of pictures, look like I was passing flyers. Product you could trust, it's what I was advertising. Look like NBA jams where I'm out here passing fire. And I'm passing fire. So my best advice is don't get gangster with me. Not no Irishman for painting houses, trying to paint the city. Worrying about no copy, can't do nothing in the paint with me. Mafia, nothing, fuck whoever if they ain't with me. Out of town, finna have it bitch on lockdown. Anytime it's up, you know it's stuck, and then I got down. 1,000 grand of powder, baby, watch me break the block down. 56 samples, finna have it bitch on lockdown. Trapping out of town, finna have it bitch on lockdown. Anytime it's up, you know it's stuck, and then I got down. 1,000 grand of powder, baby, watch me break the block down. 56 samples, finna have it bitch on lockdown. Break the bowl with a fork, we call it scratching the living. Break a 28 to .3, letting them go for 50. That's a 93 count, 186 pictures, 46.50 before I pay the runners and I tip them. Multiply the number by 34, now how we looking? Taking half the profits, fuck up the store downtown in Brooklyn. I ain't like my choices, I saw a chance and went and took it. Served people elbows for I saw what the vodka cooking. For that pain, you can meet the Undertaker, that's a promise. And I'm stone cold, so I don't never wrestle with my conscience. When poles get pointed like decimals over commas, better dive like a ram, cause this goat move with a llama. Out of town, finna have it bitch on lockdown. Anytime it's up, you know it's stuck, and then I got down. 1,000 grand of powder, baby, watch me break the block down. 56 samples, finna have it bitch on lockdown. Trapping out of town, finna have it bitch on lockdown. Anytime it's up, you know it's stuck, and then I got down. 1,000 grand of powder, baby, watch me break the block down. 56 samples, finna have it bitch on lockdown.
Yeah, we back live with Daylight. Hit that like and subscribe button, smash that notification bell. We really mobbing with the content. Trying to really be mobbing with my lighter. Everything. So we back. We just broke down day 8. It was pretty short, but a lot got covered and exposed. Next up, we gotta talk about day 9, where the defense presents its case. All right. Now, so Keefe D trial number 9, man. Whoa. We already had Adam Stoehr day 8. Day 9, the defense called witness number 1 for the defense, 25 overall. The whole trial. The witness is Stan Height, retired patrol officer in Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department. Assignment on September 7th, 1996. He was working a specialized paid overtime peacekeeper detail for the Mike Tyson fight and was assigned directly to guard the gate at Suge Knight personal residence at Monte Rosa Avenue. and Sierra Rancho Estates near Sunset Park. The significance was the first defense witness called in Michael Sam's case in chief to establish the convoy timeline movement, and the movement of death row vehicles, and introduce contemporary 1996 police documentation regarding a cream-colored Cadillac exiting Suge Knight's residence minutes before the shooting. Not minutes. Golly. Damn. He better record than the detective. I'm trying to tell you. Officer Height testified he was stationed in full uniform at the main guard gate at Suge Knight's gated community residence alongside private security, allied security, this is what it was called, observed an entourage caravan of approximately 15 vehicles entered through the gate following the Tyson fight at the MGM Grand. Now, mind you, by this time, the altercation had already happened. The cream-colored Cadillac. Height testified that the final vehicle in the caravan entering and exiting the estate was a cream-colored white Cadillac occupied by two black males. Pointed out to him that night as belonging to Suge Knight's entourage. Confirmed that unlike modern trial witnesses relying on memory, he authored an official 1996 Las Vegas PD officer's report shortly after the homicide, explicitly documenting the cream-colored Cadillac because it was mentioned to him in the initial report as being seen fleeing the scene. You know what I'm saying? He said that the entourage, the entire 15-car caravan, including the cream-colored Cadillac, stayed approximately 30 minutes before departing together towards the club 662 around 9:30 to 10 o'clock. Mike Tyson arrived separately at the residence roughly 10 minutes after the caravan, stayed about 10 minutes, and left shortly before the shooting occurred at Flamingo and Colbert. Now, in cross-examination by Mark DiGiacomo, he asked him about the overtime detail authorization, confirmed that the working special events like the Tyson fight, or like that, on the Tyson fight night is standard practice arranged through the Las Vegas Police Special Event Section and is paid at time and a half. He confirmed that we asked him about the DiGiacomo asked Height about the Allied security law. And he confirmed that Allied security managed the physical access logs at the guard gate. And his lieutenant instructed him to document his observation in a formal report following the murder. Now, the jury has some questions and shit. One, the jury asked, did you notice any change, any damage or bullet holes on any of the cars that came through the gate at Suge Knight's residence, especially the white Cadillac? He answered no. There was no damage on them. Juror question 2 was, were there any crew members carrying guns? Stan Height answered, I didn't see any gun on any of the entourage people because they were all in their cars. We all had guns, I guess talking about the officers and the security. You know what I'm saying? Jury question number 3 asked, did you see the cream-colored Cadillac leave? He said, yes, they all left close to 10 o'clock, I would say, maybe 9:30. Now, the strategic trial impact of Sam calling a retired Metro officer who actually filed a police report in 1996 served 2 major defense purposes. Highlighting the contemporaneous police reporting, unlike the state lead detective Clifford Mogg, who never authorized an officer's report over 5 years of investigation. Officer Height documented his observation in writing within days of the crime. The alternative Cadillac narrative. See, establishing that a cream-colored Cadillac was actually traveling as part of Suge Knight's own 15-car caravan minutes before the shooting plants further confusion and reasonable doubt regarding the identity, ownership, and occupant of the light-colored Cadillac moving around Las Vegas that night. Because the state's final witness, like I told y'all, you know what I mean, like that shit was dismissed, early before. So, yeah, day 9 started off strong because now Michael Samp had a fresh start with presenting his case. This shit is all coming together because now, the hell, shit. It's not often you see the state call law enforcement officer. We got another law enforcement officer. So witness number, the defense witness number 2, 26 overall. We got Charlie Manglin, retired lieutenant / sergeant, Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department. His assignment on September 7, 1996, the supervisory officer in charge of the 4-officer overtime detail, which included Stan Height, who we just heard from, and Officer Quick, and was hired by the Homeowners Association to monitor traffic and keep the peace at Suge Knight's residence at Tamayasu Lane near Sunset Park. The significance, right? So he corroborated the contemporaneous 1996 police documentation regarding the timeline of Suge Knight caravan, Mike Tyson's arrival, and the cream white Cadillac. occupied by 2 black males, leaving Suge Knight's estate directly in the death row caravan. On direct examination, right? Asked about the guard gate detail and aerial map defense exhibit. Let's see what that defense exhibit Y AAA double Z. Okay. Yeah, they number they shit different. So he authenticated the aerial layout of the gated Hamayasu Lane estate and the neighborhood adjacent to Sunset Park and the airport. He confirmed that he was in uniform supervising 3 officers at the guard gate because prior post-Tyson fight parties at Suge Knight's house had drawn massive crowds and uninvited guests. He testified about the caravan arrival and the timeline. Said that Suge Knight arrived driving a dark BMW 750 IL with Tupac Shakur in the passenger seat, followed by an entourage of 5 to 6 other vehicles entering through the guard gate. And departure he put at around 10:30. Suge Knight and Tupac stayed roughly 30 minutes, matches up with what Height said, and exited back out, followed by the convoy tailed by the Cadillac. A compact car occupied by 4 females. Several other entourage vehicles, came through. He spoke about Mike Tyson and Don King's arrival. So shortly after Suge and Pac left, Mike Tyson arrived as a passenger in the Bentley, accompanied by another Bentley carrying Don King's son. Officers informed them that Suge Knight canceled the party, and both Bentley turned around and they left. He authored the official two-page LVMPD officers report dated September 19th, 1996, documenting these exact vehicle movements within 12 days of the shooting. Copied directly to lead detective Brent Becker, who we heard testify. He was witness number 3, I believe. So that was his direct examination. Now on cross, Mark DG and Camo, he got into the chain of documentation in 1996 gate law. DG and Camo presented the full file containing Mangum's report, special event assignment rosters, and the private guard gate log documenting license plate numbers of vehicles entering and exiting the estate. He questioned him about the occupant of the white Cadillac. Mangum confirmed under cross that when the white cream Cadillac exited the guard gate in Suge Knight's convoy, it was occupied by black males. 2, not 4. The jury question had a question they asked, could you say the model of what model Cadillac it was? Lieutenant Mangrum answered, I don't recall that. Now, this impacts the trial strategically because Sam's defense case is systematically introducing the contemporary 1996 law enforcement record to build reasonable doubt. This is crazy because normally the prosecution uses the damn report to send niggas to jail. But the law enforcement niggas they relying on ain't make no goddamn report. Samft again showed that street-level officers in September of 1996 wrote detailed timed reports within days of the shooting, copied to Brent Becker, highlighted the contrast with the 2018 to 2023 investigation where lead detective Clifford Mogg authorized 0 police reports. Nigga ain't like shit. Just like Keefe D with that goddamn book. White Cadillac conundrum. Both Officer Height, defense witness 1, and Lieutenant Mangrum, defense witness number 2, documented a cream Cadillac occupied by 2 black males traveling directly inside Suge convoy, leaving the Tamayasu Lane residence at about 10:30, less than 45 minutes before the shooting at Flamingo and Cove. Establishes that multiple light-colored Cadillacs were moving across the strip and directly tied to Death Row Circle that night. Man, I don't know, dog. I don't know. Well, I mean, I do know. I know the state ain't got much of a case. This shit's sloppy, y'all. Again, I don't know how they even got the indictment for real. I think this is yeah. I think this is where we got I'm just checking these notes on Dan Hoy. Danny boy. So who we got next here? Number 3, 27 overall. We got Dan Long. What the fuck? Retired Las Vegas PD homicide detective. 17 years in homicide from 2000 to 2017. Assignment on September 1990 or September 7th, 1996. Detective in the LVMPD gang crimes and protective enforcement near Flamingo Road and Colville Lane. Heard a volley of gunshots and was one of the first officers to secure the crime scene. Homicide role. So 2004, he was handed the lead on the Tupac Shakur homicide file in 2004 by Sergeant Kevin Manning to run down cold case lead. Personally traveled to Los Angeles on September 9, 2009 to conduct the recorded interview of Duane Davis at the Hester office alongside LAPD Detective Darren Dupree. Mr. I keep it in the street. Significant. So he testified that in 2009 he drafted an arrest warrant for Duane Davis for murder, but the Clark County District Attorney's Office instructed him to stand down because Davis's statement could not be corroborated and were entangled in a federal proffer agreement. So clearly, whoever the prosecutor was when Dan was working knew what the fuck they were doing. Wasn't out here fucking up the church's money. Now, on direct examination, Michael Sant, asked him about the night of the shooting, the lost police reports. Long was questioning juveniles a block away when gunfire erupted. Responded to in an unmarked unit, and his partner, Dino Kelly, documented, he discovered the 40 caliber shell casing in the street. He admitted that during his years working the case, he authored numerous investigative officer reports. But those reports were lost by Las Vegas Metro during a severe migration from F Drive to H Drive. 2006 Sloan Avenue blocked that end. In 2006, LASD contacted him claiming a 40 caliber Glock buried in the yard at 1301 Sloan Avenue in Compton, Southside Crip territory, was the murder weapon. Clearly, we know that ain't true because they ain't say he ain't even try to produce that shit. You know what I'm saying? Long personally drove to LA, took custody of the gun, and delivered it to the Las Vegas Metro Police Department ballistic for forensic testing. And it was confirmed not to be the murder weapon. Confirmed that out of thousands of guns tested over decades, 0 guns have ever matched the Flamingo and Koval crime scene. You know what I'm saying? He was questioned about the Las Vegas, the September 9th, 2009 Las Vegas interview. He said that he traveled with Lieutenant Lou Roberts to the LA Hester office, met Detective Darren Dupree, I keep it in the streets, Duane Keefe D Days, and defense attorney Wayne Shiesty Ass Higgins. I'm nicknaming these niggas. Fuck. He understood that Davis was facing life in prison on federal drug trafficking charges and was trying to, work off prison time. The stand down order Long wanted to return to Las Vegas and immediately file a murder warrant against Keefe D after reviewing the audio transcripts and all that shit. The Clark County DA's office, specifically Mark DiGiacomo unit, told Long to stand down and rejected the prosecution because they could not corroborate none of the statements. Question about the Sunrise Hospital subpoenas. Keefe D claimed that Orlando went to the Sunrise Hospital on Maryland Parkway for an injured arm after the MGM fight. Long subpoenaed hospital records and found zero signs of Orlando Anderson in logs, medical records, or evidence that Orlando Anderson was even there. Davis claimed that a woman named Harris rented the white Cadillac in Compton. Long contacted numerous rental agencies and found zero rental agreement, paperwork, or vehicle records for a 1996 four-door white Cadillac at all. Like, no record of one even being rented. That means nobody rented a white Cadillac, nigga. And if they did, it wasn't from the South Side or Compton, probably. Boy, Dan Long, man, on cross-examination by Mark DiGiacomo, the same nigga, the same office, same unit that told his ass to stand down is now questioning him, and he testifying for the defense. Why you ain't call that nigga? But He was questioned about Keefe D, I guess, working off of charges and profits. DG and Como established that under police rules, suspect cannot work off violent victim crime, murder, and all that, but drug traffickers can reduce prison sentences by providing substantial assistance on other cases. Long confirmed that federal prosecutor AUSA Cheryl O'Connor and U.S. Attorney's official and as well as Wayne Higgins refused to speak with Las Vegas Metro PD or clarify the exact terms of the 2008 federal proffer. You know what I'm saying? Talked about attempting to find Terrence Brown and Big Dre. Long testified he attempted to speak with DeAndre Big Dre Smith in Compton in 2004, but Smith told him, fuck off, and walked away. Smith died later in 2004, I believe. You know what I'm saying? That same year. As Detective Dupree to notify Las Vegas Metro PD if driver Terrence Bubble Up Brown was ever arrested, but Brown was never brought in before his death in 2015. You know what I'm saying? Jury has some questions. Juror question 1 was, when your lieutenant said too many people were going into the Tupac murder file, what did they mean? He answered, curious police officers were accessing and browsing the famous case because of all of the social media and public interest, forcing the department to lock down the physical hard copy. Second juror question was, were you able to interview everyone who occupied the Cadillac? He answered no. Orlando Anderson died in 1998. Dre died in 2004. And Terrence Bubble Up Brown died in 2015. He tried to call Suge Knight through a mutual friend, but Suge Knight hung up the phone. Juror question number 3 was, were you able to verify and confirm Mr. Davis was actually in the white Cadillac that night, or the night of Tupac's murder? He said, by Mr. Davis telling me that he was in the white Cadillac on the night of the murder. So basically saying that the only confirmation or the only corroboration, like he never had anything outside of Keefe D's own word putting him in that car. An extrajudicial confession or statements are not enough to sustain a conviction, my nigga. Sam, slid through with a closing recross. Said, but no actual fact outside of what Mr. Davis told you. Detective Long answered no. Nah. can attest to that. And that was, final witness. Shit is crazy. Shit is crazy. Let me know what y'all think about all this, man. This shit bugged out. Keefe D Trial, man. Number 8. No, man. No. What's crazy to me, man, is the missing witness, right? They called all of these people, all these niggas. Man. Oh, yeah. Street stand. Oh no, man. When a jury is asked to convict a man of first-degree murder based entirely on spoken words and paperback books, the people admitted from the witness list stand to become primary drivers of reasonable doubt. Foxy Brown, and call her. State entered Vlad TV clip and book passes alleging that Eric Von Zip Martin told Foxy Brown to step out of the Mercedes-Benz so that he could hand Keefe D a 40 caliber Glock. The DA never subpoenaed or called Foxy Brown to corroborate whether the exchange ever occurred, or if she was even in Vegas in the car, because that would debunk a whole bunch of shit. They didn't call Yusuf Jah, the ghostwriter. State built the indictment around Compton street legends. Flew to California to interview the actual writer, then refused to issue a material witness warrant. They knew cross-examining the ghostwriter would expose the commercial embellishment and the outside, source material used to draft the chapters. Nigga, they didn't even call the lead detective Clifford Mogg. The man who spearheaded the investigation from 2018 to 2023, signed the 2023 search warrant, retired, and immediately became a DA's paid investigator, was never called to defend his investigation or explain why he never authored an official police report across 5 fucking years, bro. The stand down order in the 2009 grand jury paradox is wild. The defense calling retired detective Dan Long completely unraveled the state's narrative. Long, we just, went over. He testified under oath that when he brought Duane Davis's 2009 statement to the Clark County DA's office, Long, check the he checked the Sunrise Hospital for Orlando Anderson's alleged medical records after the MGM fight, found nothing. Long checked the car rental agencies across Southern California for an alleged white Cadillac, found nothing. The Clark County DA's office, the exact same homicide unit prosecuting this case today, instructed Long to stand down because there was zero independent physical evidence to corroborate Keefe D's statement. If the evidence was legally insufficient to process or to prosecute in 2009, when memories and records were fresher, indicting in 2023 after Davis repeated some uncorroborated statement on a podcast demonstrate that the grand jury was sold an indictment based on public notoriety rather than new physical facts. Calling Officer Stan Height and Lieutenant Charlie Mangrum was a calculated defense move that introduced contemporary 1996 police report directly into record. 2 uniformed officers stationed at Suge Knight Tamayasu Lane estate documented a white Cadillac leaving inside the Suge 15-car caravan at 10:30. It's 45 minutes before the shooting. But both officers documented that the Cadillac was occupied by black males, directly contradicting, 2 black males, directly contradicting the state theory about a 4-man Southside Crip hit squad. Neither officer identified Duane Keefe D Davis among the occupants in the Cadillac leaving the estate, leaving the jury with the reality that the only eyewitness who actively saw inside of a light-colored Cadillac that night placed it in Suge Knight convoy. And Keefe D wasn't one of the niggas in the Cadillac. And clearly, if they had the license plates and all that shit in the log, when they traced the license plate back, that shit didn't go to no rental spot, so that shit don't even line up with the story. Mark G and BG and Comma is forced to argue that the jury should ignore the complete lack of 1996 forensic, ignore the 2023 ballistic dead end, and convict this 63-year-old nigga solely because he boasted about gang status on monetized YouTube interviews and in a book he didn't physically write. Michael Santh only needs to point to the law under Nevada's corpus delicti an uncorroborated extrajudicial confession cannot sustain a conviction without independent proof of the crime and the defendant's connection to it. Santh can remind the jury that after 27 witnesses, the state failed to place Duane Davis at the MGM Grand. They failed to place him in a Cadillac or even within the borders of Nevada on September 7th. So my prediction is, if the jury follows the legal instruction that Judge Carly Kearney read to them or read to them before deliberation begins, a conviction is nearly impossible to sustain under Nevada law. When you evaluate the legal threshold versus what was actually entered into evidence across these 27 witnesses, the structural defects, nigga, in the state case is like glaring as fuck, man. In Nevada and standard criminal jurisprudence, that's a word. A defendant cannot be convicted solely on their own uncorroborated out-of-court statement. That's why I be telling these niggas on Clubhouse. Because sometimes, you know, I get up in there, you know, we do a little story time. And they be like, yo, this is a federally recorded act. First of all, nigga, I don't sell dope. I retired. I went to jail. Everything past the statute of limitations. Nigga, I've been home 8 years. So, again, I ain't sitting here talking about no damn bodies or whatever and shit. At most, talk about beating some fiends up, man. They got out of the line, tried to run off with some shit. I ain't worried about that shit. The state must produce independent evidence showing not just that a homicide occurred, but that the defendant had an actual criminal agency connecting them to the act. That's how that works, nigga. The state produced zero independent corroboration, man. Not even a fucking hotel registry, No car rental, no nothing. It's all dead. Damn sure ain't got no eyewitness. If the jury ignored this instruction and convict solely on Glad TV clips and podcast sound bites, the verdict is immediately vulnerable on direct appeal for insufficiency of evidence and all that other shit. Just as a matter of law. But see, the jury already revealed the skepticism. The jury's questions submitted during the trial showed that the jury was tracking the evidentiary gaps in real time. When they asked Jeffrey Scott, asking him why police were executing a search warrant 27 years later in a different state, expecting to find 1996 physical evidence. Or to Dan Long, was there any physical fact confirming that Keefe D was in the white Cadillac other than his own word? To which Detective Long answered flatly, no. When jurors are actively asking the witness or witnesses on the stand, to differentiate between physical facts and podcast claims, they are already applying the reasonable doubt. Even in the worst case scenario, where a jury delivers an emotionally driven verdict due to Tupac Shakur's iconic status, the record is loaded with groups of appellate it's loaded with grounds of appellate reversal. The 2008 federal proffer contamination, the defense, preserved clear objections regarding how Greg Caden leaked confidential proffer recording to documentary filmmaker Mike Dorsey and other commercial media outlets, tainting the entire public narrative. Then you got failure of independent cooperation. The Nevada Supreme Court has repeatedly held that confession must be supported by independent, trustworthy evidence to be deemed trustworthy. Ain't nothing trustworthy about these niggas. The stand down precedent. The testimony from the state's own former homicide detective confirming that the DA rejected the prosecution in 2009 due to lack of corroboration creates an undeniable baseline of reasonable doubt on the official trial transcript. Michael Samp had laid the groundwork to walk out of that courtroom with a complete acquittal. And if the system fails at the trial level, the appellate courts have zero physical evidence on this record to uphold the conviction. And now there's going to be another book deal waiting for Keefe D. The ultimate irony of the Fifth Amendment right against double jeopardy is that if the jury returns a not guilty verdict, the state of Nevada is legally barred from ever charging Duane Keefe D for the murder of Tupac Shakur again, in any capacity, no matter what he puts in print. Once an acquittal is read into the record by the clerk, he could sit down with Vlad TV, write Compton Street Legend Part 2, and secure that $1 million episodic series pick that they found in the damn garage. The state can't touch him. Under the same criminal statute, you know what I'm saying? For that September 7th, 1996 homicide. If I did it scenario, like OJ, yeah, it would be the modern hip hop version of OJ Simpson, nigga. The book deal. The prosecutors would have to sit back and watch him collect royalties off of the exact media circuit that they tried to turn into a life sentence. If the prosecutors ever tried to complain about a second book, the entire courtroom record from this 9-day trial stands against them. They already put his trial, his stories on trial. Brought in discovery tech to play his YouTube clips. Had their own retired detective admit that, he was told to stand down. They said that for lack of proof, and failed to meet the standard proof beyond a reasonable doubt. Man, the Clark County DA's office brought an indictment based on public memoir and YouTube interview, only to hand the defense the blueprint for a clean acquittal and a clear way for Keefe D to monetize this trial itself. Ham sandwich. Shit is crazy, dog. Keefe D coming home. The breakdown, man. Full breakdown. 9th day. We covered the 8th and 9th day of the live. The defense has rested. Where it stands right now, closing argument didn't happen today. I believe they were put off until Monday, and then the jury will deliberate. I guess keep niggas from having to work over the weekend. That's smart. And then we'll wrap up closing arguments. It ain't gonna take the jury long to deliberate, and motherfuckers to be home by the Labor Day weekend. Keefe D will be home by Labor Day. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. Let me know what y'all think about this. Day 8 and 9. Keefe D trial. The defense called all their 3 witnesses on day 9. Live with Daylight, man. Episode 8. We're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, break down this Lil Durk trial. We got the work. Daylight TV, man. You right there.
When you go to playing with that money, shit get dangerous. Street put him on till he was fucking with some gangsters. With his brains on the pavement, still don't know what he was thinking. Playing with a boss and he ain't even had no ranking. Yeah, when he get it playing with that money, shit get dangerous. Street put him on till he was fucking with some gangsters. With his brains on the pavement, still don't know what he was thinking. Playing with a boss and he ain't even had no ranking. He a grunt, why he even try? He was out of league in the trunk. Turn him into music, let the speakers bleed. Ain't no front, not these other rappers, I'm a different breed. I'm the one that the street been missing, I got what they need. Why they playing on, we don't. City know what we on. Trapping through the virus, never got a PPP loan. Y'all a bunch of R. Kelly bitches, bunch of peons. Put vagina niggas on the shirt, that ain't no V-long. He was talking crazy to them killers acting cute. Playing with that chicken, then the rooster came to roost. I done seen and done it all before I spit it in the booth. If you a op, don't ever worry about a spittle, get a suit. When you go to playing with that money, shit get dangerous. Street put him on till he was fucking with some gangsters. With his brains on the pavement, still don't know what he was thinking. Playing with a boss and he ain't even had no ranking. Yeah, when he get it playing with that money, shit get dangerous. Street put him on till he was fucking with some gangsters. With his brains on the pavement, still don't know what he was thinking. Playing with a boss and he ain't even had no ranking. If your dog is all me, then you can slam dance on that shit. When it come down to that business, you can't stand next to my clique. Vince Carter, Coke and water, NBA jams in my tits. You ain't never been a hustler, you just panhandling drip. Boy, the fans really falling for the captains, leave me baffled. Giving stripes to all their favorite rappers, knowing that they ratted. Got a tail in the mic and Mary Jean, they finna tattle me. I'm solid even when they snake me, I ain't never rattled. Yeah, I'm sticking to the code, I ain't never had no pick. Most these niggas really hoes, out here telling on they kids. I ain't worried about no get back, you ain't never standing no business. Catch me standing over your nigga from the back, look like I'm pissed. When you go to playing with that money, shit get dangerous. Street put him on till he was fucking with some gangsters. With his brains on the pavement, still don't know what he was thinking. Playing with a boss and he ain't even had no ranking. Yeah, when he get it playing with that money, shit get dangerous. Street put him on till he was fucking with some gangsters. With his brains on the pavement, still don't know what he was thinking. Playing with a boss and he ain't even had no ranking.
We back. We back. Live with Daylight. Daylight TV. Shout out to everybody tuning in. Before we get out of here, we got to talk about another case of hip-hop on trial. Lil Durk Trial Week 1 recap, man. Figured out a formally. She the Daylight exclusive. Court sketches. You won't see nowhere else. I got it. Durk in the center. You got Drew Fineland, Brian Steele. You got Dooley Lowe and Herbo in the back. Said they was in the building. So got some other shit here too. Show y'all. Just to show y'all the source y'all can trust, man. So we got all the files here. Show y'all this shit. Let's go through it, all right? Let's go through it. So we got is to show y'all what the court minutes look like. You know what I'm saying? Life without a little learn. See? Oh, shit. So this is what the court minutes look like. So it says jury, but it says see where it's crossed out. That little red stripe to it, meaning that they didn't finish the jury selection yet. But it shows everybody who was present, like all the boxes checked, all the attorneys. So you got DeAndre, Dontrell Wilson, David Brian Lindsay, and Dirk Banks. So those are the defendants. Them niggas ain't telling. You got the attorneys, Craig A. Harbone, Tillett Mills, Christy O'Connor, Brian Steele, Marissa Goldberg, and Drew Fox. Everybody pray. You know what I'm saying? What else they got on here? Yeah, case continued on to the next day, but this was filed on the 20th. And you'll see it's document 617 filed 8/20/2026, page 101. Right? So here's what they're saying about day one. Trial timeline progression. So day one, August 20th, 2026, ECF 617. Jury selection began before Judge Michael W. Fitzgerald. Counsel and court reviewed jury questionnaires outside the jury's presence. Right? That's that. Let's go back. Then we have 620. Now this point of evidence just shows that the jury was it was sworn in. So that was the end of jury selection. I believe there was a witness marker here. Yeah. So it says August 21st, 2026, ECF 620. Jury selection completed. Jury was sworn in. Judge Fitzgerald pre-instructed the jury. All right, yeah. So then that was it. They finished jury selection. They didn't do anything else that day. So we're gonna go back and go to 621. Day 3. So day 3, August 24th, 2026, that would have been Monday, this Monday that passed. ECF 621, opening statement delivered by the government and all defense counsel. Craig Hardball for Wilson, Tillette Mills for Lindsay, and Drew Feinling and Brian Steele for Dirk Banks, Lil Durk. The government called this initial witness and issued exhibits. Now, their initial witness was, watch this. This guy. Yeah. Special Agent Jerron Barnby. You know what I'm saying? We're going to talk about that in a minute. Get back to this, though. So let's see. For number 4, we got 624. Yep. So day 4, August 25th, 2026, ECF 624, government called witnesses, including LAPD detective Warner Colias. I guess that was going to be the initial responder for the shooting at the, before the Fed picked it up. It was just going to be a local homicide. You know what I'm saying? Once they realized all the predicates. But let me show y'all how this shit looks. So you see where it says how they marked all the people present. We already went through that. Just showing y'all how to read it. Shows the judge, Honorable Michael Fitzgerald, U.S. District Judge, got the case number, and the date. Then it'll show witness called, sworn, and testified. Exhibits identified, exhibits admitted. So like where you see all of these X's. You feel me? Then it just shows the case is going to continue on to the next day. So it's on the calendar. And day 5, we got So, day 5, August 26, 2026, ECF 625, continue witness testimony, bringing cooperator. Yeah, your boy. Kacey OTF Jam, Hester, to the stand. Right. We got to talk about Brian Steele's attack on the investigation. This is where it gets interesting. Memorandum, boy. We got it. So defense motion, right? Brian Steele's attack on the investigation. The dispute filed by Drew Feinling, Marissa Goldberg, Brian Steele, and Chrissy O'Connor on August 5th after Judge Fitzgerald restricted Steele from cross-examining Detective Carias about an obvious lie told by the cooperator Kacey Hester, aka OTF Jam, Jammy the Bull, Jammy Brasco. Right? Let's see. Yeah, so so the legal precedence is this. Let me see if they have what they cited. I'm not gonna show you now. Usually that's just the heading. Show you. Yeah. So see, it says oh yeah, see that. State versus Sager and Kyles versus Whitley. Still argued that under the Ninth Circuit precedent, Sager, a defendant has an absolute constitutional right under the Fifth and Sixth Amendment to cross-examine law enforcement about the quality, shortcomings, and sloppiness of their investigation. The defense asserted that officers suffered from tunnel vision to charge Dirk Banks and ignored blatant falsehoods from co-conspirators and cooperate who turn cooperate. You know what I'm saying? So pretty much Steele argued that questions posed by the detective to cooperators, such as reminding them that they face mandatory life sentences unless they implicated Lil Durk, are not hearsay because they established the cooperator's motive, pressure, and bias. You know what I mean? So, as that, I believe there is there was a governmental, this might be the government's rebuttal if I'm not mistaken. Yep, this is the government's rebuttal. So this was filed by AUSA Ian Yen Yellow, and Michael Morse and Daniel Weiner. The government argued that Sega did not grant the defense blanket permission to introduce out-of-court hearsay through investigating officers. Under Federal Rule of Evidence 403, the government argued that questioning Detective Carias about Hester's unsworn statements before Hester testified was confusing and cumulative. Yeah, see right there. Yeah, so the prosecution noted that if Detective Carias' testimony later contradicts what Hester said on the stand, then the defense can request to recall Detective Carias. You know what I mean? Let's see. They had a leadership challenge. I think that was the defense's second motion. Oh, I think it's I think that was the no, right? No. Right. Yeah. So AUSA so yeah, they had a leadership challenge, right? So acting U.S. Attorney Bilal, I forgot how to say his goddamn name. Bilal Asili. Yeah, I can't. I fucking forgot. But he was the dude. I know I had his name right before because he was the nigga that did Operation Gangster's Paradise when they ran down on all the Sereno niggas, like Mexican Mafia niggas. And then they ran down on the corridor, did the whole raid and whatnot. Daylight TV, man, that mafia material type shit. Paperweight party. You know what I'm saying? Bringing y'all that raw. You know? See the OTF Jam Brasco. Duty Low. Name in the court. Showing some love. Yeah, so the leadership challenge or whatever and shit. AUSA Alexander Robbins filed a notice of new authority regarding defense motion to disqualify First Assistant U.S. Attorney Bilal Assaili from supervising the prosecution under the Federal Vacancies Reform Act. The filing addresses the recent Ninth Circuit precedent, United States versus Jackson, August 17, 2026, regarding the legible basically the legible power is when a U.S. attorney seat is vacant, showing that Durk's defense has actively challenged the structural authority of the prosecution team itself. So pretty much, he's saying that they ain't got their house in order. They got an acting U.S. attorney. This nigga out here trying to just make whatever bones and shit and see if he can get the job permanently. And it's making niggas a little overzealous. That's what I gather. You know? Probably so. It's a political position, man. Nigga go from DAs to fucking maybe the Senate, maybe a governor, maybe one day president. Nigga trying to eat. Nigga trying to eat. Now last, we have one last document I'm gonna show y'all. It's everything that's filed so that y'all know what the fuck going on out here. Don't be misled by these niggas. Yeah, so this is now this is the last motion. This was filed yesterday. Right? Now so let's This was filed by the defense, Drew Fineling, Brian Steele, Christy O'Connor. So let's go see what all this shit is about. Damn, look at the certain part. So yeah, this is the memorandum of points and authorities, right? So pretty much the filing of ECF document 626 filed August 7, 2026 captured the moment Brian Steele directly targeted the government's star cooperating witness, Kacey OTF Jam Hester. Right? The lie on direct examination during the prosecution's direct. So pretty much, all right. So yeah, what this pretty much breaks down is this nigga got on the stand, you know, the same way that he was trying to question the cop and shit. He was trying to basically box OTF Jam into, you know, basically admit that he you know, that he lied. You know what I'm saying? Go back up here. So damn, they lose where I was on this shit. I'm actually trying to read it on this fucking screen here while I'm like talking to you. Yo. Damn, now my goddamn camera went out. Alright, let's finish this shit. So, where were we at? Ninth Circuit, yeah, so this is all about. All right, so basically, this is about the prosecution. During the prosecution's direct examination of OTF Jam, the government asked why he engaged in serial armed robbery. OTF Jam Hester testified under oath that he committed those robberies strictly to support his family. So Steele's defense team established that their brief, or established in their brief, that go back up to the top just yet. Steele defense team established that in their brief that they possess good faith evidence proving that this sworn explanation was a blatant lie. Judge Fitzgerald's restriction, you know what I mean, pretty much when Steele moved to cross-examine to impeach Hester with proof of the lie, Judge Fitzgerald cut off the questioning under Federal Rule of Evidence 403 and ruled that it was improper inquiry into a collateral matter. So Steele's confrontation clause, you know, he had a little confrontation clause counterattack. So he filed this formal brief to preserve a major constitutional error under the Sixth Amendment Confrontation Clause. The Solvent versus Yates precedent. Let me see what man, a lot going on with this shit, man. A lot going on. Trying to read most of this shit before I got on the line. I was. Shit be a lot, man. Shit be a lot. This is just mind you, this is just the shit that's that got filed this week. I was actually going through the minutes in chambers, like right before the trial started. But I'll do a more detailed breakdown on the Mobcast and shit, you know what I mean? But Slavic versus Yates precedent was what I wanted to talk to y'all about. So what it is that the Ninth Circuit Court in 2008, you know, Steele cited that the Ninth Circuit Court binding ruling where a trial judge similarly blocked the cross-examination of a witness who lied under oath on grounds that it was too time-consuming. The Ninth Circuit Court overturned the conviction, holding that blocking, of the defense from exposing a witness's lie deprived the jury of a significantly different impression of that witness's credibility. So, the Glossop, they had the Glossop versus Oklahoma that was cited. Still punctuated that the motion with the core standard, how could I say? With the core standard, like when the government's case depends on a cooperating informant, a lie is a lie. like no matter what the subject is. Now, the strategic trial impact of all of this is that brief showed how the defense is attacking the prosecution case by discrediting the primary narrator. The government relies heavily on OTF Jam to link Lil Durk directly to the alleged murder for hire plot. By providing that OTF Jam lied under oath on direct examination, meaning that he was the prosecution's witness and he lied to them. The defense aimed to destroy, his credibility before the jury. If Judge Fitzgerald continues to restrict Stoehr, though, from trying to impeach OTF Jam perjury, and Brian Steele is building that Sixth Amendment Confrontation Clause record, for appeal. And he one of them niggas, he got a lot of appeals. I know either him or Drew Feinland got like 45 cases overturned on appeal. So, I don't know, man. Them federal judges, they be trying to do some bullshit. Yeah, I know that was a lot, y'all, but just showing y'all the real paperwork. Really go into this shit. I'll even show y'all something else. Show y'all that's the PACER. This is the PACER shit. So these are all the dockets for all the defendants. And I just took the master case file. I'll show y'all how this looks on the top. Shit, man, long. But see all of it up here. United States District Court, Central District of California, Western Division, Los Angeles, all that shit. Shows the defendant, got Bonnie, all the predicate counts and all that shit. But yeah, this is just the overview, but this is where you can actually go and click on the cases. It'll show the date filed, the electronic court filing number. That's how you track all this shit. And yeah, so you see certain shit here, sealed. But yeah, so that's what I be doing, man. That's what I be doing. Can't wait around and wait. Can't sit around and wait for these niggas all day. I ain't got time for it. But I know that was a long ass live. I'll break these down into shorter clips over the weekend since had nothing to cover. Well, it's something to cover today, but I'm gonna start doing a breakdown of the Lil Durk joints like every 7 days. So we did the first 7 days pretty much from the 20th to the 27th, all the court filings, all that shit. And then of course, if any memorandum drop or whatever and shit, and I'll break them down into individually. We just had a lot to catch up on today. So yeah, that's it. You know what y'all think about all this shit in the comments. And hit that like and subscribe button, man. That's what's going on with Lil Durk. Live with Daylight. Oh, that's a lot. But shout out everybody in the chat, you know, Instagram and all that. Appreciate y'all rocking with the kid. Shout out my nigga Jay Lyric. Said Durk ass is super cook. He might be. Very well might be. That nigga should have stuck to the Drake features and shit, man. That nigga was too lit to be doing that bullshit. But oh man. Probably read 100 fucking, like, well over 100 pages today. And I don't even know how many I wrote. Like, I can show y'all right now before I go. Actually, show y'all my notes real quick. Watch this. Show y'all how to be doing this shit. Should have took my ass to college. Alright, so this is shit. Got Keefe D, you know, all the little notes, all the little witness breakdowns and shit. Then we go down here. Your questions. I did write some notes and shit. I was trying to memorize or whatever. But yeah, and then y'all see on this side, actually all my notes from all the live and shit. So this shit different kind of organized, my nigga. It wasn't really covering this shit. So, you know, I went, bought y'all some got some goddamn trial sketches, cause y'all remember this trial, y'all remember the courtroom sketches from the Diddy shit. I had all of them. I still got those, but I had to make my own, you know. But yeah, man, that's what's going on with Lil Durk. Free smoke. Free smoke. Let me know what y'all think about all of this in the chat, man. You know what I'm saying? OTF Jam, I heard you was over there. Yeah, I heard some crazy shit about you, nigga. We gonna get into it. But they said that you was out here doing some zesty. What's up with all these little hitters being zesty, nigga? The Yellow Beezy, nigga. He ran around with a transformer. OTF Jam supposedly out here, you know. Eggplant Gang. Like shit crazy, bro. And then he up there saying, yo, I still got love for him. I just don't respect him. I know he probably hate me. He really helped me, you know, he really held me down and all this other shit. Like, man, come on. But you saying, I know he probably hate me. Like, yeah, he probably do. Nigga, he should. I would. You know why?
You's a bitch ass nigga. Bitch ass. You's a bitch ass nigga. Yeah.
I ain't lying. But yeah, man, I'm about to get out of here and shit like that. Once again, hit that like and subscribe button, smash that notification bell if you really mobbing with the content, and as always, stay dangerous so you can be safe. Especially if it's niggas like OTF Jam in your crew. But if you're out here doing dirt around that nigga and he get in a tight spot, he gonna tell. And when he tell, you gonna go to jail. And before they ever let your ass out,
you motherfuckers is dead, nigga.
trying to tell you. I hope when I break all this shit down, it's gonna make you niggas do one or two things. I don't give advice and shit, like not in that sense, because I have no moral interest in like what niggas do. What I will say is this. There's a right and the wrong way to do everything, nigga. Don't be fucking stupid. Stop listening to people. This is the one time I'm gonna say something to the young niggas, right? I really want to be that guy. Bitch ass niggas be wanting to see something happen. And the same bitch ass nigga that want to see something happen wouldn't do shit. These are the same niggas running around here. They see the nigga who shot their homeboy in front of the store every day. Did nothing to this nigga. But they're gonna get on the internet and tell you stop it, huh? Or whoever your homie is, whoever the bond in your story is and shit like that, that's it, right? Now, when you do this, if you don't do this shit, he talk all that shit. But the minute that you do it, cook, sober with. Niggas done wrote your ass off before the DA is even sure if their case is solid. Niggas done convicted you in the court of public opinion. They was supposed to be fans. So yeah, so all of y'all who push that narrative and then turn around and want to, you know, switch it up, y'all ain't off the hook.
Guess what? You're a bitch.
Big bitch. But yeah, man, that's all I got, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's your boy Daylight, man. Daylight TV. Shout out to everybody who pulled up. Shout out to everybody on YouTube, IG, chat. Holler at y'all later, man. Be safe out here. Enjoy your weekend. Don't get in the jam.